the Xiaomi Redmi Note 8. What's going on, guys? Here we are again for yet another episode. So take your seats, grab your snacks, and remember to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification icon so you get updates on my new episodes. Okay, so I've done a bunch of phone reviews on my channel, but one thing that people asked for most was to look at the Redmi phones. So here we are. Let's jump right into it and have a look at what we have inside the Redmi Note 8 box. A warranty card, a user guide which basically contains all you may need to know about the phone, a black case, and this I will talk more about later in this review. The Redmi Note 8 itself with a sticker up front showing experts, a 10-watt charger, and lastly a USB-C cable. So the first time you hold it in the hand, you'll notice it carries some weight at 188 grams and it's a large phone, though it adds up to 207 grams when you put a case on. Speaking of which, the case has this clip to protect the charging port from dust particles. This is a glass phone and without a case on surely collects a ton of fingerprints. You might also want to keep it on not only to protect it from dust and scratches, but also from rocking on a flat surface because of this camera bump, and having a case on helps flatten things out. Beside it is a fingerprint reader which has always worked in all phones, although this is not that instant. I mean, there are a bunch of phones out there with super fast unlocks, but there are those that delay for just a bit, and this one, it delays for like half a second. The front is a 6.3-inch Gorilla Glass display with a teardrop camera notch up top. It's an IPS panel, so the blacks aren't as black and the colors aren't as vibrant, but it's still a sharp display, it's still a bright display, it's still high res, and you can watch content in full HD, which leads me to this, dark mode. So dark mode affects most apps, including the gallery, settings, dialer, and it has always worked for me except the messages app, and I don't know why this is so. Maybe they just missed out on this. The notification LED is positioned more to the left and yet another notch at the bottom here with a Redmi branding. The glass continues at the back, which is amazing, having it both at the front and back in such a mid-range smartphone. I mean, this is something we see in nearly all flagships and rarely in such phones. So let's look at the numbers. 180. This phone costs 180 bucks. I mean, for all these features you get, specifically the glass at both sides and the high-res screen makes it a good value for its money. We've seen a couple of high-end phones getting cheap day by day, and maybe I can say good phones are getting cheap, or just cheap phones are getting good. Okay, so moving on to the next one, we have a vertical camera orientation with an 8 megapixel ultra-wide lens, which was giving me some nice shots, only that these weren't as sharp as the 1x and the 2x shots. A 48 megapixel primary lens which shoots 8000 by 6000 pixels and can record 4K at 30 fps, and lastly 2 megapixel macro shot lenses. The camera UI maintains the portrait mode, panorama, the pro mode, slow motion mode which can shoot at 120 fps, and short videos which only shoots videos for 15 seconds. So again, night photos. Shots taken by night mode are not at their best, but there are some noticeable differences. This depends on the intensity of the lighting. I mean, it's not perfect at all, although it does what night mode is supposed to do, but with the flash on, you get way better shots. Moving on to the next one, Xiaomi maintains the Redmi logo and certifications, and yet again there are 3 color options: Neptune Blue, Moonlight White, and the Space Black, which you have here. A volume rocker and a power button are located on the right side, while the SIM slot is maintained at the left, and it is a dual SIM slot with memory expandable up to 256 gigabytes. At the bottom is a headphone jack, a microphone, USB-C port, and a speaker grill, which is more to the right side of the device. The Redmi Note 8 runs Android 9 with Xiaomi's MIUI skin. There are the normal gesture controls, like swiping to get to the notification panel and getting to the home. And yet again, a new feature, 2 spaces. That is, you can run 2 versions of your interface on the same device, the main space and the second space. Okay, so 1, you can create dual versions of an app where you can run 2 apps with different accounts, and 2, you can set different unlocks to get into each of them, and it works great. The software works fine, there's nothing fancy in it, but it's not the best. Games are handled pretty well and comes equipped with the Snapdragon 665 processor. It did run smoothly, and in terms of the graphics, it was above average. And even after gaming for about 1 hour, there was only a battery drain of about 80%. So here we are at the end of the review, and you're definitely wondering, Should I get this phone or not? My answer is just listen to this world class specs sheet. 6.3-inch Gorilla Glass IPS display, Full HD 2340 by 1080 resolution, 48 megapixel primary lens, Snapdragon 665 AI processor, 3 and 4 GB RAM options, 32 to 128 GB storage variants. I mean, with these specs, you must have decided whether this phone is for you or not. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.